So Doc Rivers has a new job. He was not unemployed for too long. We knew as soon as he was fired from the Los Angeles Clippers, he's obviously the hottest coach on the market, the coach with the most experience. I mean, he's at the prime age. I think Doc's like 59. He's got the respect of all his peers. We knew he wouldn't, if he wanted to coach, we knew he would not be available for long, and he has another job. The Philadelphia 76ers have announced Doc Rivers as the next head coach of their basketball club. Let me just say this for Philadelphia. I think it was a home run hire for Philly. I actually do believe that, and I'll explain this quickly. For Philly, their back was against the wall. They did not want to hire Ty Lue. They did not. Let me repeat that. They did not want to hire Ty Lue. I don't care what they say. They had every opportunity to hire Ty Lue. They did not want to hire Ty Lue. Hell, if they wanted to, they could have fired Brett Brown last year and got Ty Lue. If it was about Ty Lue, right? They did not want to hire Ty Lue. They really had nowhere to go. I don't know what pick they would have made. Maybe they would have went Ty Lue if the Clippers wouldn't have fired Doc. Maybe, but I know that's not the direction that they wanted to go in. You go get a guy who's won a championship, who's coached Kevin Garnett. I don't know. Maybe Doc could bring some of these former Celtics around that organization. I don't know, man. I think for Philly though, it's something. You need something to keep that fan base, because we don't know what's going to happen with the NBA with fans next year. That's a big part. That's a big piece of this puzzle. We have no earthly idea at what point fans will be allowed into the buildings and what capacity, right? Will it be a third? Will it be a fourth? We have no idea. And the reason why I bring that up is, if Philly, after what they just happened to them in the first round against Boston, you got to keep that fan base engaged. I know Philly is the city of brotherly love and all that, and I know they love hard. But, I think it'll be easy for this fan base to check out on Philadelphia. Depending on, I know the Eagles are up and down right now, but let's say the Eagles get it together. The NBA season will be starting in January, most likely. Let's say the Eagles are in the middle of a postseason run. I know there's enough room for both. I'm just saying, if you got limited fans and you have this fan base trusted in the process for damn near 7-8 years now, and the process ain't gave me nothing much, I think you got to get that team to make sure they're still bought in. It's like stock, right? You got to make sure that stock doesn't fall under a low number, a certain number. And Doc Rivers hiring, that hiring makes it brings it back up a little bit. It definitely builds that stock back up. If you don't go get a big time coach, if Ty Lue's your hire, I'm sorry, man, that stock ain't going up. That thing stayed right where it was at. From Doc Rivers' perspective, though, I thought this was a interesting move for him. He's telling you he wanted to be on the best team that was available. Maybe you think the New Orleans Pelicans was the biggest reward type of ordeal. It's a project baby. I mean, Doc Rivers telling you that he didn't want to do a project. The Pelicans would have gave him that job. I believe that, and I don't know that, but I believe that. So it really comes down to the Pelicans and the Clippers. If Doc wanted to play that game with Zion and build some of those guys up, Lonzo and B.I., he could have did it, right? He could have removed pressure from himself and just did it. But Doc took the approach of go big or go home. I'm going to go around the guys with Hall of Fame potential, and Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and they got some other guys, and Tobias Harris and Josh Richardson, a couple of my Vol for Lifes. They got some movable pieces. They need some work. One thing, if I'm Philly, is I'm not allowing Doc Rivers to have his hands on that roster. I think that's where he kind of went wrong. And with the Clippers, they gave him too much control. That would have been Donald Sterling, right? Yeah, that would have been the racist owner Donald Sterling who started that game of giving Doc that control. And I think it continued with Steve Ballmer when he took over. Yeah, you don't want to give Doc. I don't think he's a good GM. I don't. And I think this is a risky move for Doc. Like, the reward is you get Philly over the hump and into the finals. That'll look great on your image. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I already in my mind can see Doc Rivers blowing a 3-1 lead with Philly. Like, can y'all not see that? Like, in my mind, I can already see Philadelphia being up 3-1 on somebody. And I literally can see Doc Rivers blowing another 3-1 lead. I bet this happens. I bet he blows a 3-1 lead while he's in Philly. And I'm not wishing that on him. I just bet it happens. So, Doc, you're going to coach Philly. You're going to add 2 more possibly Hall of Famers, definitely perennial All-Stars. So you're going to add that to your long list of guys that you've coached in the last few years, and you have been unable to have much success. Yeah, I read a stat that Frank Vogel, in his 1 year in LA, won as many playoff series as Doc did in 7 years with the Clippers. Ugh, that's not good. So Doc is going to take this job, is pressured from day one. Do you keep Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons? I don't, to me, I would have thought that would have been a job. I'm kind of shocked D'Antoni didn't get that one. I'm to be honest with you, I'm kind of shocked about that. I don't know about that, man. Doc is great at running sets, but Philly doesn't have the personnel for that right now. You cannot be thinking running back. Like, Doc has had to, I do know this. Doc Rivers was in Philadelphia last night. He talked with their group, I think Elton Brand and Company, and their ownership group. I know they watched the game together and all that stuff. I'm assuming before Doc took that job, he had some promises made to him. And I want to be fair to Steve Ballmer and the Clippers. Steve did everything he could for Doc. He gave him anything he needed. So I don't know what more Philly could have promised Doc. And I don't know who's going to get traded. See, here's my thing. I've been thinking all summer and all fall that Philly would go trade Chris Paul for Ben Simmons. But damn, that might be dead now because Chris Paul don't like Doc Rivers. I don't know about this Doc Rivers. I don't know. Actually, I'm backing back on from. If you had a chance to go get Chris Paul, you bring in Doc, and that ruins that. Anywho, Doc Rivers is the new head coach of the Los Angeles Clippers. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the hire in the comment box below. That's an interesting one, man. That is interesting at best. It's something. I'm out.